Tom Grossi's in the building.
I do hate the Vikings. Yeah.
The Detroit Lions got Brian Branch. Packers could have had Brian Branch.
Mahomes just fires it and intercepted! P for the D! Going deep for it, going for it all. Caught! And nobody's there! Run! What happened, Bears? What happened? Who would have thought?
I know. Look at us.
Quick throw! Oh! No!
Let's make some noise.
He's gotta go finish the story!
Oh my God.
Wait, he caught that? This game is on drugs.
Sorry, wildflower just must have inhaled too much.
Wide right again? Why would you do this, scriptwriter? Half a freaking frackin' million people. We raised $500,000.
The NFL Fan of the Year is Green Bay Packers fan Tom Grossi.
It's frickin' frackin' time.
Grossi Posse Packers! Nation, welcome to an episode of podcast where you dump any Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom. It's frickin' frackin' Friday night. Grossi! Oh, we here. We're taking a night off from the lore, which means we're just going to do the entire West on Monday. Probably start a little bit earlier, too, because it's like 5.5 hours. TQ with a 5 racer, Grossi Posse Packer Nation. That's right. That's right. We're doing it in one shot. We're doing all these things in one shot. That way, people don't have to go to a cajillion different streams. It's one per season or per saga. Have a nice day, and then we're rocking. We're rocking. Oh, yeah, the entire web. Do I believe in Joe Hendry? Of course. Christopher Tour, thoughts on Uncle Howdy? An amazing debut, and I'm just praying they don't mess it up. That's it. That's pretty much it. Peyton, it's not too bad. Yeah, just trying to get some things done. There's a lot going on. The summer is filling up very, very, very quickly. What is that white liquid you consume? Pastor! This is some high quality H2O. This is some water. That's right, Game 6. Ice Kitties go meow. Can they finally lock it down? Or the Oilers could push it to Game 7. Jason Stewart, Jail or Just League Unlimited, what's better? I think Unlimited, probably. I'll tell ya, loving the lore streams. Won't be around for tomorrow because my birthday. I'll be at Universal Studios. Oh my goodness, happy freaking frackin' birthday. Don't worry, you are not missing any lore streams. They're going to continue on Monday. So it's going to be Monday, it's going to be on Wednesday. So the West Saga will be on Monday. Then we'll do Coach Season 4 on Tuesday. Then we'll do the South Saga on Wednesday. Then we'll coach Season 5 on Thursday. And probably next Friday will be the North Saga. And then we'll be ready. Happy freaking fracking birthday. Summer! What if I hate the humidity? It's awful. It is awful. It's been 90 plus degrees for 2 days minimum. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun. So, that's it. Yeah, Rowan's with him. Yeah, Rowan. Not Strowman, though, I don't think. Beast with Tour. People said I'm bad with my money, but I don't care. Well, just make sure you're taking care of yourself. That's all that matters. Sports! Tour, hey, Tom from Oil Country. Let's go Oilers. Ooh! If the Oilers win tonight... Ooh. James, which I have one question. Is there anything after last season of Coach will be just scriptwriter, and does it tie into Coach at all? Not really. Like, there's I make allusions to it, but no. There's currently nothing on the docket. I want to have this be a nice 6-year story. Stephanie at fire 9 degrees, and there's a parade going on a block from me right now. Save me. Yeah, there's people going on the Celtics parade. It just rained here. Just rained. Windows. I have not had a chance to play the new Elden Ring DLC yet, but I hear it's got hands. Oh, I hear it's got hands. Joe at fire. It's Wyatt 6 and the Pittsburgh Steelers 0 at the half, and Russell Wilson has already been sacked by Rowan 5 times already. Would not surprise me. Would not shock me at all. But the offensive line should be better. So not you with the fiver. If you had to give up one, would you rather give up onions, tomatoes, or potatoes? Tomatoes, and it's not even close. And I'm Italian, and I'm saying that. Onions over my dead, rotting corpse. Potatoes, even more over my dead, rotting corpse. Tomatoes is not easy. But, yeah. Onions, potatoes. I could just live off onions and potatoes forever, so. Spawn, she said spawn at the Euros. We're everywhere. We are everywhere. Jason, thanks for getting 5 memberships. I appreciate you. Let's go. You would think. What did potatoes ever do to you? Amazing things. I love potatoes. Potatoes are delicious. Potatoes! Mash them, boil them, put them in a stew. Come on now. Oh, Chase. I saw that. The Brandon Ayuk stuff. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's just going to wind up going. I don't know what the hell's going on with that situation. And I'm just like, I'm just going to wait. Rose, Victor, it's only 3 hours sleep per day next week. Got it. It's like we're in season. Come on now. We're ready. We're ready now. We're ready. Come on. What's the Patriots' floor and ceiling? It's not great. I think it's probably around like 7 wins is probably their ceiling. Floor, that offense could be really bad. It could be like down to 3, but I think they'll be better. Their defense will be fine, but yeah, that offense I need to see. There's a lot of question marks there and a lot of inexperience. We got Stevenson, though, for 4 more years. Jed, with 5-2. Awesome seeing you again, Tom. Hope you're well and getting some rest for the season. Thanks for giving me someone to enjoy Game 6 with. Hey, let's go. Yeah, it's, I'm trying to have a mix of, like, enjoying the off-season a little bit, and also, like, we got to get a lot of stuff done, so just trying to find that balance. Dealing with fire. Oh my god, they killed Water! Loomis is one of my favorites, though, so I'm excited. Hopefully Triple H does right by him and the group. Yeah, I hope so. Walter, I know. Dude, so good, though. It was a great debut. John Fire. Tom, you watching on season 3 of Shoresy. So, I have only seen, like, the first 6 seasons of Letterkenny, and I loved it. I haven't watched it in a couple years, though. So I didn't get a chance to watch Shoresy, but I heard it's really, really good. So it's on the list. Eric Witt! Just finished putting a Tom Grossi half week of work, 60 hours, ready for beers. Any summer vacations, Tom? Hey, let's go. Summer vacation, I don't know about the vacation element. There's a few weddings we're going to go to. And then also there is going away this weekend, just for Saturday and Sunday, super quick. So that's going to be nice. Just like going upstate for a little bit, little drive. So that'll be nice. And then, yeah, there's a lot of things planned. There's training camp, of course. There's going to be training camp in August. But, yeah, that's going to be a mix of work and vacation. So, there's something. Rachel, do you know how long those cookies last? Well, they're all gone now, Rachel. They are gone. They were delicious. Rex with fire. I was playing Shadow of the Erd Tree. I beat Godfrey first in the main game. Got smoked 3 hits by a boss in a dungeon. Yeah, legit. I heard the difficulty is amped up. Rio, 17, aka the best android. And wow, I've been twice as long as that. Time flies. Touchdown pass over Brian Branch. Got him. Hey, Android 17. And there's Super Android 17. Jason Terra, hello, Lord. Can't wait for the next season of Coach. Let's go. Mitchell with Day 2. How's Ghost going? Still haven't played myself yet. It is great. Again, every time I get to play, I'm enjoying it. Today, I defended a town from the Mongol invasion, and I did it, and I'm just, like, getting better at the game, and I'm just really enjoying it. Like, the sword play is so much fun. Little bit terror. As a fan of DBZA, I appreciate the rough beginnings with quickly growing quality that Coach and the Sagas provide. Also, it's been a good excuse to finally watch them for the new season. Hey, let's go. Even to be in the same breath as DBZA. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Sinclair, why? Get with dirt. How's Ghost so far? No, we're not doing that. Stop it. It's a car. It's literally a car. Ghost is very good. All right, then you go upstairs. Come on. Let's go. Out. You're both evicted from the Big Brother household. That's it. Anyway, no, I've been enjoying the hell out of it. It's a fun game. I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm playing it in Japanese as well. I have English subtitles, obviously, but yeah, it's great. Austin at Tenor, what I think of the wide 6? I'm excited. Like I said, the number one thing is I just hope that the execution is there, because like with Bray Wyatt, you know, his theatricality and his like build of a match and like his creativity is like unmatched. And I think when you had the original Wyatt family, it was the perfect balance of like supernatural, but also would put on really, really good matches. Like the first, Elimination Chamber, right? When it was the Shield versus the Wyatt family for the first time, and like the crowd was going nuts, like insane before they even locked up. That was like the perfect balance. I feel like later on, especially with the Fiend stuff too, there's such this strong build, and it's like, okay, you're obviously building to a match, and sometimes the matches would like fall flat, whether you're looking at like the Seth Rollins Hell in a Cell with like the red cell, which didn't look good, even the LA Knight, you know, SummerSlam weird glow in the dark match. There was a bunch of matches that I think like didn't live up to that hype, and then that would, whether it was because like the Fiend loses to Goldberg or something, or it's just because the match wasn't really great technically, that it would lose some of its luster. So I think as long as they kind of keep it like that, and Howdy doesn't even have to wrestle that much, even though I know Bo Dallas is a really good wrestler. Yeah, I'm just kind of curious how they're going to execute all that. Josh fired boy being tapped by a wasp at a picnic. Put a glob of jam on a small child nearby and walk away. Works every time. That's true. That's true. Duval with a fiver. Bang, marry, kill. Pick one for each. Jaguars, Titans, Colts. I'm going to kill the Titans just because I don't think about them enough. Sorry. Yeah, Colts. Why not? And then, yeah, Jaguars. I'll marry the Jaguars. Why not? Why not? That's fine. John Fire Ghost Tsushima is what new open world should aim to be. It's even like the navigating and like the waypoint system. The fact that like it's all optional, it's all voluntary, right? But it's also like you just like brush the pad, the touch pad, and then it's like, oh yeah, here's the wind and like where you need to go. I think it's like a really clever way to do it. Rex went up Fennec! Boop! For the kitty! That being said, love being smacked around again. If the FromSoft rules, oh yeah. If the FromSoft rules follow other games like DS3, Bloodborne, etc., having the hardest bosses, I'm excited. Seen Browns fans since the 90s, I can take this long-term frustration. Listen, there is nothing like beating a FromSoft game and or boss. It's mostly just like the boss in between. And just like the fighting and trying to get good. And like Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls, like honestly any of the Dark Souls like really didn't resonate with me. I really didn't like the slower gameplay. But I picked up Bloodborne like when it came out, and I fell in love with that game so quickly because I don't defend, I barely parry. That's why I haven't also played some other FromSoft games. But Bloodborne is just like fast paced, like attack. I used the Blade of Mercy. I loved that weapon so much, and it was just so much fun. And like the DLC for that was absolutely incredible. And then Elden Ring, I loved as well. I platinumed that game. So yeah. I'm excited to actually have some time to jump into it because those games they're so much fun. Leviathan, Tom, happy Trevor got paid. Now could he please stop sliding head first? Facts. Also needs to stop fumbling. Sinclair. Yeah. Well, I think tour. Tom Grossi got energy. It's true. Also got sweat because it is hot. Beast with tour. Car bad. Must protect Tom. Must destroy car. Doggo. Yeah, that's pretty much Sinclair on a daily basis. Anything that even looks at the house gets barked at. Nathan with tour. He played Sekiro. I have not. Preferred it over Ghost. Yeah, I've heard the combat's amazing. I just have not had a chance to play it. Comment. Spicy's non-Packers NFL hot take and Spicy's other sport hot take. Mine is Giannis only gets one title for his career after the 23-24 disaster. All right. Spiciest non-Packers NFL take. All right. That's going too far, I think. I mean, again, I don't think it's spicy. I don't think the Chargers are going to do that well this year. I do. I think they need time. I think they need time to rebuild. It's nothing against the coach or anything like that. I love Justin Herbert. I don't even think that's spicy, though. I think that unless Caleb Williams, like, is the guy, I don't think I see a Bears Super Bowl run in the next 2 decades. If Caleb Williams is not the guy, and I'm not even saying he's not, because I think he could be really good. If he's not, and this fails too, I don't think they win a Super Bowl in 2 decades. Yeah. Because this would just be, you're starting off from step 1 again, you know? And then other sport hot take. The MLB keeps messing with baseball, and while some things are definitely positive, I think that their inability to grow in their own game is just going to continue to slowly kill it. Benzino to fire. What Packers games are you most intrigued to attend? Because for me, it would be San Francisco. Yeah, Houston, I'd be really excited to go to the Texans game. CJ Stroud versus Jordan Love. Yeah, I'd probably say that. Jason, 9 months of the best freaking fracking channel. Let's go. Go, go. With a 5 it's Friday, you know what that means. What if the Wyatt 6 show up on SmackDown? That'd be dope. It'd be really, really cool. And just attack more people. Duval, with fire. Did you ever do a giveaway for your subs? Have an expense-paid trip to watch a game with you and Perna. No, because that means I'd have to bring Perna out of his house, and he's not leaving his house. So, no. No. Plus, I'd just be working. Great. Let's go. Let's go, Abe. Let's go. Be like, hey, guys, let's go to New York. Not even the city. No, I don't watch college football except for preparing for the draft. That's it. That's it. I just don't have time for it. Yeah, Ian, I did. I heard it was for a book thing, but then apparently it was the Wyatt thing. Again, I don't even know. They won't even watch the lore. 1 million subs before the Super Bowl. If you asked me like 2 weeks ago, I'd say no. And this is coming from a person who hasn't even gotten like 1,000 subs in like 3 weeks. I think there's a possibility. There's a possibility. It's fun. House of the Dragon was good. It was a strong start. It was a good start. I'm excited to see how this season's going to continue. I'm pretty sure it's a short one. I did not get a chance to check the mail today. I did not. Why a tour? I'll show you all signs and wonders. Hey, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on now. Am I gonna get Black Ops 6? Probably not. I haven't got a new Call of Duty it's been a while. It's just bleh. It's just bleh. Oh, a Ring update actually happened while I was streaming last night, and it said suspicious activity. And everyone watched the video, and it looked like a guy maybe was like peeing on a lawn in daylight. So that's pretty pretty much it. 1 mil for sure by the Super Bowl. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, I'm averaging like 160, 180,000 subs a year. So that'd be crazy. So Guyver, no, that's strange to offer that. That's uncomfortable for everybody. You shouldn't do that. That's nothing to do with Laura, by the way. Joseph, what a hundo! Boop, boop. Take 30 seconds just for you. Please hold. Hold on. We're gonna do this. Do this. I preset, Justin. Preset. Ready? Hold on. $30 whole seconds. I don't have to worry about work or any of the pressing deadlines I have. I can just relax and not think about everything that I need to do. Because I have a lot to do. Even going away this weekend, I have things to do. While I'm supposed to be away, I'll never escape. I'm always going to be trapped forever. And that's 30 seconds. Justin, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Appreciate you, Joseph. Thank you. Matthew, with a fire. Today, we steer. Got gifted a bunch of Bills cards. I got a signed rookie Henry Jones card and a card that had 24K gold in it. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go, Matthew. Come on now. Let's go. Come on. Josh, with a fire. Tom. Yeah, Johnny Barks peeing on the lawn. Doesn't count as watering it. It's true. It doesn't. It doesn't help the lawn. It does not help the lawn at all. It doesn't. I have not watched F1. I've been watching more of the Euros, though. I'm watching the Euros. I know. 30 seconds. Unsubscribe. Slacker. That's it. Tristan to fire. Sup, Tom? Made AI video of Perna involves Pokemon. Do you want to see it? Yo, tag us on Twitter, please. Please. John, with a fire. Baseball attendance of 43% for the pandemic. Cleveland, which is a small market, averaged 15,000 up to 23,000. That's amazing. Hell yeah. Let's go. That's dope as hell. Sports doing well should be better. I mean, and this is 100% could be on me, and just from like the bubble that I am in on the internet is primarily NFL stuff, and there's like not a ton of baseball stuff, but it feels like the majority of baseball news that I'm given / hear about is negative. It's the pitch clock is good, but it's not great, and people are getting hurt, and then yeah. So that might just be my own bias of just where I exist on the internet. That's what I'm getting. But yeah, that's good. Live sports are great, so the more the merrier. Benzino, what tenor? I was thinking attending the Hall of Fame ceremony. I'm sad that Devin Hester will be there. Wondering how guys like Steve Smith and Torrey Holt haven't received their bid into Canton. It's interesting. It's interesting. I don't know if there's like a... I mean, let's put it this way. it's political. I mean, like, just getting into the Hall of Fame, like, is political in of itself, and I think that might be one of the biggest things that are standing in their way. Ambiguiture, okay, I'll bite. What are you working on quietly? This upcoming season and literally the first 6 months, actually 6.5 months, potentially 7 months of 2025. Yeah. Lala, 7 months already. That was fast. Not as fast as a fast car. Cecilia, happy Friday night. Music question. What influences you like a song more, the melody or the lyrics of the song? Ooh, I love that question. Hope you're doing well, Cecilia. I love that question. It could be both. I think it has to do with, like, it depends on the song, but I would say it's honestly probably gonna be melody more, because, like, when I have a writing playlist, so, like, when I have to sit down and write Coach, I listen to, like, kind of like the same music, and it's all instrumental, so lyrics are completely out the door. I feel like as I've gotten older, I've listened to more with no lyrics, you know? Like the good old days when you just turned on the record player. But no, yeah, so I've been listening to a lot of non-vocals, and I really like it, so I would say probably melody. Ghost, what up, Benny? Whoop. Is that kidding? Green Bay Packers win! Week 14, Packers 27, Giants 12. Giants never made it to the red zone. I'll cue the chant. That's right, Tommy DeVito. Suck it. Bippity, boppity, skippity, scoppity. Let's go, boys! Go. Let's go. Come on now. Come on now. Appreciate you, Ghost. Thank you. Neo to Fire. Try to catch the Copa America in addition to the Euros. I would like to. I hope I have time. I hope. After next week, I think things are going to get crazier. Anyway, Tara, what does this button do? I don't know what button does. I don't know. John Terra, old school baseball fans are traditionalists. There's been a lot of changes recently. Backlash is loud, but the fans are showing up more, especially with less time commitment. I love that. Yeah, I know. I appreciate the feedback there, because again, like, everything I'm hearing is super negative. So it makes sense if it's like, oh, all these changes are happening, and a lot of the old traditionalists are like, nay. I get that. I appreciate that perspective. Hunter, get Packers Steelers Super Bowl like Tree wanted. We definitely needed that lore, though. You ain't wrong. Jets, who's your favorite character and why is it Carl? I love Coach. Dresses just like Grimace for punishment. Go Grimace Mess. Oh, hell yeah. We should actually just make that for 5. You should do that as a Mets fan. My favorite character in the GCU? Edward Tour, America will win the World Cup in 2026. Delusional. At least you know. Wildflower's up there. I mean, here's the thing. Wildflower is up there. Chamas is up there. Ambition is up there. Carl is up there. Bruce and Springsteen I count as like one character, but like they're up there. Lenny's up there. Yeah. I know that like doesn't help. If I had to narrow it down to one, it's probably Wildflower, but man, like I love playing Chamas as well. Chamas is dope. Ghost with Fire! Week 15 back at Lambeau against the Buccaneers, currently 3rd in the NFC. Let's hope Baker Mayfield doesn't have a perfect passer rating there. So let's just hope not. Let's hope not. Grandpa Cardinal is good, but you only get a couple seasons of him, you know? Quick question. Maybe drinking hot cocoa when it's 80 degrees with habanero pepper is really that weird. No, I mean, because what you're going to get, Kaylee, is you're going to get like the heat with the chocolate. So if you like that, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I mean, I would think more of like probably not in a hot cocoa fashion. Like it would just be delivered a little differently, like a bar or maybe something a little colder. But yeah, I mean, I also don't drink hot chocolate, so I'm probably the complete wrong person to ask. Slava, what's our Tom? What team are you most nervous to play next season in the NFL? Not really any nerves. I'm really curious to see how they come out in Brazil against the Eagles. I'm curious to see what the Eagles are going to look like. But yeah, like I want to see how they go up against like the 49ers, of course, and then some of the younger quarterbacks. Like I said, I'm really, really, really excited to see DJ Stroud go up against Jordan Love. I'm shocked that game's not in primetime. Shocked. Ugh. Well, habanero's not that hot. It's not that hot, you know? So I wouldn't consider, like, Ghost Reaper in anything is not really going to be pleasant, you know, unless you're eating it for the spice. I also don't like drinking hot things in terms of spiciness. Like, I love spicy food. I love spices in my food. Yeah, all day, hot sauces, 100%. But I don't like, I've had like jalapeno vodka or something like that, and that just, it's weird. I don't like it. Alan, with a fire. Tom, punishment for saying DeVito sucks. Can you speak in your Bruce accent for the rest of the stream? I'll sell for 10 minutes if you don't comply. No. A bippity boppity skippity scappity. JC! Appreciate the membership. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, but I just don't like drinking hot, spicy things. I like eating hot, spicy things. But drinking? Seahawks, I would say, I don't know about changed, but definitely helped process things. Definitely. Oh, Cooper, of course the wide receiver core has potential. No, I wouldn't go get Brandon Ayuk, though. Right now, you're about to pay Jordan Love $1 kajillion, and that price is just going up more and more. So there's that. But two, right now they have the cheapest wide receiver core in the entire league. They're not going to mess with that right now. And you have all that potential. They're going to try to hold on to that for as long as they possibly can. So, just say. How's the moving process going? It's not. So, yeah, I went to go look at a house just online like last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't even remember what it was. And I was like, oh, it looks nice. And then it sold immediately. So, yeah, I don't know. Do I miss Devontae? I did. I'm good now. I love Devontae Adams, and I hope he does well, though. I hope he does well. So, oh my God, what is it? This is perfection. Great job, Tristan. Great job. He'll hate it. RC, we're at 20. Tom, since you don't plan on doing another NFC, AFC East saga, you should do the division winners from each division in the NFC and AFC. So Bills, Ravens, Chiefs, Texans for AFC, then Bucks, Cowboys, Lions, and 49ers. Yeah, I've been suggested that a while. The problem is if you take random teams, there's not really going to be a ton of interaction except for when they play each other and the playoffs. So, for example, like, because they're not within their division, like, yeah, you might have some stuff between the AFC opponents and then some stuff in the NFC, but it's not every week. The consistency is not going to be there. The storytelling is going to be more difficult because there's going to be less of an investment. Like, let's just say, for example, you're talking about the Buccaneers and the 49ers, right? If there's not going to be a ton of, because I do new characters, if they're not going to play each other, or if they have no interaction with each other, it's kind of moot. You know what I mean? Well, we'll see. Indeed, with day tour, best hot sauce? I mean, there's a bunch of hot sauces I really like. Green Hippy Dippy's pretty good for like a really, really, really soft one. It's not spicy, but it's like really good. Yeah, it depends on what you're looking for. Like, I have ones that I put on fake eggs. I have ones that I put on, like, that's oil-based that I used literally the other day. That was really good. There's a mushroom one. It's not habanero. It's, I think it's, like, cremini mushrooms. That's really, really good. Yeah, I don't even remember what the name of it is. Jets fired. Jets broke me last year. Sell me this pen. I mean, team. Not exactly excited. I get it. I mean, yeah, I think last year you can't get excited anymore. As Panthers season reaction was a little too real. Listen, I do what I can. Rose, any advice for someone who's in therapy but still struggling bad mentally due to change in their life, or just advice for the college transition? Well, I mean, therapy is not a fix-all, right? So it's depending on who the therapist is, whether you're using them as a soundboard or you're using them to actually like give you homework and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's a journey, right? Like that's what it is. So it's just trying to hold on to things that, kind of keep you going / keep you happy, and cutting out the things that aren't in a healthy way. Right? Yeah, and then just gotta stick with it. Austin, with Tanner, thoughts on Trevor Lawrence's deal? Also, once my company hears about Riot Aid, my job revolves around cleaning them. I'm hopefully going to start my pro wrestling training. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. Trevor Lawrence's deal, I'm not terribly surprised. The Jaguars don't really have much of a choice. I think you've seen enough from Trevor Lawrence to be like, yeah, like he's kind of the real deal. So, yeah, you just got to hope that the coaching is there and that they can execute a lot better than they did last year. So, I've been Packers fan since I was 6. So, 27 years? 27 years. Which Panthers are better, Carolina or Florida? I think definitely Florida. Definitely Florida. Where am I moving? Trying to move outside Milwaukee. We're trying. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So it's gonna be, again, it's difficult, but we'll see. All right, because I didn't. I gotta get rid of some of these. I bought these for when my buddy Eric came over, but I bought so many. There was like a 36 pack because it was on sale. So now I have a bunch of Stella, which is not my favorite, but we're gonna drink it. Triple A to Fiverr. Remember, people, no matter where you go in life, mental health more than everything else. Only get one life. Take care of yourself. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Nay. Man, Tour, I think you missed my last super chat about the MLB. Hold on one second. Funny you mentioned MLB to do something when last weekend was the best attended weekend of games since 2008. More than 37,000 fans per game. Yeah, so that's awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah, again, just probably the bubble I'm in of just like NFL primarily, because that's all I use social media for. I saw a lot of negative stuff, so that's pretty damn awesome that they're getting that kind of attendance. Good. Game on fire. Have a fairly spicy hot take. Packers won't have the same level of success, won't perform as well this upcoming season. I don't know if that's like super spicy. I think you have a brand new defensive coordinator, so with that, there's always going to be hiccups. So like Jeff Hafley, the expectations are pretty low for me this season. I hope they do well, but new scheme, new defensive coordinator, all that great stuff. But if Josh Jacobs is healthy, one, that's a big difference. But two, if that offense is able to click like where they were, I think they're going to be a really good team. And if that defense is even top 15, and if they're like, bro, like they could legit make a run. They could. Yeah, that's fair, Amica. That's fair. It's just meh. It's meh. It's just meh. Favorite moment of the rewatches? I'm not gonna lie. Watching the live stream episode while we were live streaming, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. That was pretty good. Tom asking, are you a vibe master? Do you know how to feel good vibes or bad vibes? I like to think so. But I think that that's actually a very funny, Vapors. It's a really, it's an interesting question because I try to approach everybody with like good vibes. Like I meet you, like I'm going to be a kind person to you, right? Until something, for whatever reason, you're just like, oh no, never mind. So yeah, I think that's, I think that one. Yeah, vibes are good. So, no, I love what your neighbors are thinking. Oh yeah, I mean, they haven't approached me about it, but yeah, we're gonna get new ones apparently at some point. So, yeah, there's a lot of timeouts. No West Stream Saga tonight. That's gonna continue on Monday. Monday. Yeah, I needed a break from the multi-hour ones. I was like, all right, so. Back on Monday, probably gonna start a little bit earlier, maybe around like 6 p.m. Eastern, just so it's like 5.5 hours, so we're gonna be there for a while. But yeah. New Yorker, I feel threatened. I live in upstate though. It's just really hot. So, how's Thor? Any more neighborhood gossip? There hasn't been any neighborhood gossip, at least that I have been made aware of. But maybe I'm already out of the group. I don't know. And Thor, I've only seen him a little bit. I've been working a bunch, so I've only been seeing him a little bit. Paws are still big. Sinclair looks for Thor every single time. The mail truck stopped outside of Thor's house. Sinclair ran to the window and was barking the entire time the mail truck was in front of Thor's house because she's very protective of Thor because he's a puppy. So, yeah. Yeah, that's how it's going. Ice Kitties win tonight. And it's in Edmonton. See, originally when someone asked me before it started, I was like, the Panthers should have this, but I picked the Oilers based on how they were playing. If the Oilers win tonight, I think that they win the Stanley Cup. I think that it's going to be too much. Florida, like, has to win tonight, I think. They have to. So, favorite Western? I don't really know if I have a favorite Western. I didn't really watch a ton of that growing up, so, yeah. Non-Packers fans are more than welcome. You don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. Rhea Ripley, she's not coming back for SummerSlam, right? I'll go Door County. Enjoy. Yeah, so sometime after maybe Survivor Series. Rhea Tour, person follow the Kylo Ren method of therapy. Hey, that right. Talk to a helmet or a giant hologram, and why not? Exactly, Logan. Exactly. Yeah, Panthers. Ooh, they look good. Pastor, how you doing, buddy? Sleep No More. I have not. Sleep no more. All right. Check that out. Still want to history streams this off season? Yes. So thank you for bringing that up. It wasn't going to be about a particular period in history. I think I was thinking about this on a walk when I was walking the dogs a week or so ago. And I was like, you know what I should do? I should teach you the introduction lesson on government. And I think that would just be really fun. It'd be the most interactive lesson I've ever done on here. And it'd basically it's geared toward for high school seniors. But it's basically getting together and participating in what you think a government should be. And then trying to find definitions about governments that already exist. I think it just leads to really interesting talks about government. So, yeah. And you can see how I can teach without it getting political and got myself through 2 elections. That's right. No complaints. Let's go, baby. Ben, what will Brandon go while using underdog? What? What will Brandon go while using underdog? I don't understand. Wolf! Say it, Tom. When's the Canadian Stadium tour? Keep rousing, go pack, go. The amount of Canadians that reached out to me afterwards, after this international trip was just like, hey! I got you, Canadians. I got you. Well, you should set up a Kahoot for the live stream. You could. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a crutch, but that's all right. It's fine. It's fine, you know? Giggity! We're at 20. Saying, Tom, I had an open mic stand-up yesterday, and I bombed hard. Yes! Sucks because I was super confident in my material. Yes! It really hurts the confidence. Not many comedians in my community and need advice, maybe eating my script, but it's fine. No, giggity. That's perfect. I am so happy to hear that you've had that experience. Good. When you get up on stage next, I guarantee it, you are going to do better. The first time that you bomb and just eat a wang, the first time that you're on stage is heartbreaking, especially if you love the material, because you walk in and high and mighty. I've told this story on stream before. I was at Stand Up New York in New York City on a Wednesday, and I had an 8-minute set, and I killed. I mean, crushed. I had applause breaks in there. Loved it. I did the exact same set 2 days later at a golf club, and I bombed. I mean, just completely and totally bombed. Not even close. Not even a giggle. And it humbles you real quick, and then you stop being afraid of bombing. Maybe not totally, but when you whiff, when you just completely fall flat on your face, it only gets better. It makes you a better comic. And honestly, it makes you better talking to people. So, congrats. You could have the greatest show ever. The greatest show ever. It's just another show. Because if you're doing this, either as a hobby that you want to do consistently or as a profession that you're doing very consistently, you're going to find out very quickly that it's just another night. It could be the greatest show of your life, and then the next night you have the worst show, and then you can have the most medium show. It's just another night, and you got to keep going. Oh, that's a nice high. Got to move on to the next one. Oh, that's a real big low. Got to move on to the next one. So, yeah. Congrats. It's the time. And the tour started boxing classes. Hardest thing ever. I do not doubt that. I did some MMA stuff. Got punched in the head a few times. I was like, I'm good. Let's go back to jiu-jitsu. Dodger! With a 15, new job starts on Monday. Let's go! We message you about exciting things tomorrow. Also, new Ghost movie. Ooh, right here, right now is awesome. Everyone should see it. Appreciate you, Dodger, and congratulations. Let's go. Just at Fire. Where do you stay on the Acolyte drama? Enjoy the Stella. I have not seen this week's episode yet. I think that, again, the concept is really cool. I don't think the execution has been good. And again, I haven't seen this week's. I don't know if it's better. But there is a cheapness that it feels to it. It doesn't look very good. Like I mentioned this in episode 1 or 2 of the control panel, see all plasticky, which is something I never look for. And it's just it just didn't look good. So I don't hate it. I think also the reason it's hated, there's a lot deeper stuff than just like, I don't think this is a very good show right now, and that I have zero interest in. Like, yeah. I want good Star Wars. If you give me good Star Wars, I'm happy. If not, and I move on. And I've seen enough not great Star Wars that I haven't let it impact my life too much. And I'm like, oh, all right. Like seeing The Rise of Skywalker in theater, it's like that crushed me. Because I didn't mind The Last Jedi. I know people really hated it. And yes, I did not think too hard about it. But when I saw it in theaters, I enjoyed it enough. And The Rise of Skywalker, I was pumped. And it just sucked. It just sucked so much. So much. And so at that point, I was like, okay, cool. So when there was really good Star Wars, like Andor, I was like, yes, I'm super pumped. But there's been a lot of mediocre Star Wars. So, yeah. I just want there to be good Star Wars. That's all. Mason of Fire, favorite Back to the Future movie if you have a fan of the trilogy. Of course. Of course we're a fan of the trilogy. Of course. It's probably 2. I never really liked 3. It's probably 2. Probably 2. Jimmy! With a 5er. Tom, favorite original 151 Pokemon that is not a starter or legendary, and what's the worst from the original 151? Jimmy! Come on, buddy. All right. Alakazam or Kadabra. That's going to be my favorite. It's my favorite, right? The worst from 151? The worst one. I don't know. The worst Pokemon from the OG 151. Magikarp is not the worst because you have Gyarados and you have to take Gyarados like into you gotta keep that in mind, you know. Magikarp is not the worst. Anyone say Magikarp is just wrong? Lickitung, no. Yeah, with App Gyarados, though, but yeah, Rattata's pretty crappy. You know what? Rattata's pretty terrible because they're super common. They're common in the card game. They're common in the video games. And, like, their evolutions are not that good. They're not that good. I like that one. Reator, story feels wonky. Dialogue is like Law and Order. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. RC with a 5er. Tom, I think it's funny how some people are sleeping on the Bills. As long as the Bills have Allen, they'll be fine. What is your opinion, Tom? I agree that as long as they have Allen, they're going to be fine. But I think that you look at that offense and there are a million questions on it. And then the defense, you got rid of a lot of vets. So I don't think you're going to see too much of a drop-off. But yeah, I think they're going to kind of be a middle-of-the-road team with a really good quarterback. So that could put them over the hump and make them a wild card team. But I think because they're going to be kind of in this weird rebuild thing, I would say like 9 wins somewhere right there for the Bills. Because if the Jets are just better than they were last year, I think they're going to win some games. The Dolphins, we'll see. Patriots, I'm not really too afraid of. But like it's, you know, it's a gauntlet there in the AFC. So I think you're going to kind of be like upper middle of the road for this season. Giggity Tour, dude, really needed that. Thanks, Tom. Giggity, I'm telling you. It's all about perspective, buddy. Like, especially if you're, like, newer. Africa, thanks for the membership. Especially if you're newer and you haven't done a lot of, like, shows or sets or what have you. You're looking at every single one of these as, like, oh, my God. Like, I have to do well. Like, the pressure is on me to do well. If I don't do well, then, 3 out of 5 of my shows, like, didn't go well. Or 2 out of 5 of my shows. None of that. If you are planning on doing this for any amount of time, whether it's for a hobby or a profession, you're going to be doing this a lot. So you have to practice a lot. The way that you practice a lot is getting up and bombing. Not a single comic on this planet ever, even the most successful ones, have avoided a bomb. Every single comic has bombed. So, that's it. Uncultured Fire, lost a large part of my day to Monster Hunter, and I haven't even hooked my Switch up to my TV. I've actually never hooked up my Switch to the TV either. True story. True story. I hear good things, though. I hear good things. I don't know, Maria. Maybe. Why not? Why not? Why not? I'm glad Carl's dead, because if he saw last season, the whole house would be in serious danger. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Congrats on the Celtics. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Hey. Let's go, Liz. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Darwin's, it's not. It's what I had. It's what I had. Lapras is a very cool Pokemon. Yes. Especially in South Saga onward, you depend on Easter eggs and hints. Oh, yeah, 100%. 1,000,000%. Yeah. Yeah, those are gonna be fun, and like those are gonna be more fresh in my mind too. I've really been enjoying the watch-alongs. The rewatches of the lore it's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So, and I also like, again, I haven't gone back and rewatched like episodes like this. So the entire time that I'm like resolving storylines and stuff, like I'm not rewatching myself. I just remember it, and I'm like, okay, like boom, 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 boom. Like I still have like a big note upstairs that is for Captain Finn Oakley and Wildflower because there needs to be a conversation there. Blaster Tour, what do you think of the state of the Rams? As long as Matthew Stafford's healthy, I think they're going to be a really good football team. I think they're a wild card team right now that has potential to go higher depending on what their secondary looks like. So, yeah. We'll see. But anyway, I'm telling you, it'll be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, the West is gonna be a great rewatch. But yeah, not a lot of notes. Not a lot of notes to be needed / taken. Because we basically got it done. I mean, looking at all these other seasons too, it's like I'm pretty much, I've closed the book on a lot of things that I want to. Like the things that are left, I can close just about everything. Just about everything. So, yeah. Well, Frank with a tour, best full circle moment as a teacher. That's a great question. Not really a ton of the 2010 Packers. The youth is there, though, Samuel. The youth is there. There's a couple. Wasn't that? No. That wasn't really full circle. That was just good. It legitimately might be when I taught AP. When I taught AP for the first time, and I was terrified to teach AP Euro, because at that point, I just taught General 9 and General 10, which was that second year. And so I was like, okay, like, I don't know about my capabilities of, like, teaching something that is that rigorous. Like, I've never done that before. So I was, and it's AP Euro, and it's not for seniors, it's for sophomores. So their kids are younger, and on top of that, this is their first AP class. And like AP Euro is not an easy class, especially for your first AP course. So I just was like really upfront with them. I had 2 years of teaching under my belt and was like, okay, like I'm just going to work. Like I am going to work really hard. And there was days where I was literally 45 minutes ahead of the kids. And what I meant by that is AP is about to take place. Like that's the next class. I'm on my lunch break and I'm finishing up the lesson plan that I'm about to teach in 40 minutes. And yeah, I learned a lot that year because I had to teach myself the curriculum as well. I had to go to a summer course. Like they recommended you go to a summer course and you get like this big packet. But it depends on the instructor that you have too. You can have a really good instructor or a not so good instructor. And my instructor was really good in that they knew a lot of information and they knew like details that were insanely minuscule. And when he presented that, I was like, wait, this is what AP Euro is? Like, that doesn't seem right. So I was like, it was really daunting to kind of get that. I got a binder. I still have the binder. And the binder was just filled with all of his notes, all of his PowerPoints. And he kind of just like taught the class like he would teach Euro, but it took like 3 days. And I didn't learn a whole lot, just kind of the attention to detail. And so when I was starting out, like the first lessons, like I was terrified. I was like, oh man, like this is going to be a level of like insanity because you teach yourself the material before, you know, and the longer that you do it, the more you just know it. And then you dive deeper into it. But for AP Euro, I'll never forget this. I'm reading out of this textbook, and it's a textbook that they have to read as well. Because with AP Euro, there's just it's so much course because you're starting like right around Renaissance. I think it's like 1450. So it's into the Renaissance. You're starting at 1450 and you're supposed to go to present day. So there's so much to cover. And legit, that's the first thing I told them. I was like, listen, I'm going to teach you every waking moment that you're here, but like you have to do this at home too, simply because there's no time. So yeah, it's going to reinforce some skills, but you are going to have to learn some of the content as well. And then it'll be reinforced when you get to class. So that's like the actual homework aspect of it. So like they worked, and I'm reading this textbook and I was just like, oh man, like it's tough, especially for a sophomore to like really look at this and comprehend it. And I went through, like, I bought a bunch of review books and I just literally compared review books for sections and then compared it with the textbook and then just like cross-referenced everything and was like, okay, what are the main details? And so I literally saw how the review books summarized the textbook, because that's the thing too. There's no standard textbook for AP Euro. Some teachers don't even use a textbook. Some, they don't use any books at all. Yeah, so just at the school I was at, this was the textbook that we used. So I saw basically what the textbook, where it was lacking and where it also maybe like just talked about stuff it didn't need to, and then how different publishers of different review books, because there's no standard one as well, how they summarize the material. And I used that to create my lessons and then also make it interactive and just teach it the way that I knew I should teach it. And because there was like so little oversight, like I was able to, like, that was one of the big benefits of working at that school. There wasn't a ton of oversight. So like I literally could, like in terms of curriculum, so I could just teach it the way I wanted to. And so I stayed after. I helped kids during lunch. I went in 4 Saturdays in a row at 8 a.m. to go, not get paid, but to issue practice exams for any kids that wanted it for the practice. And my kids crushed that exam, because you don't find out until months later, but they were the highest scores that school had gotten in 10 years. And so that was a damn. Okay. Like I worked for that one. Like that one was crazy. And I think I had 2 kids get a 2, and then the rest of them just passed, and a ton of 4s and 5s. So yeah, they're an awesome class. So yeah, full circle. I was just like, that gave me a lot of confidence in my own teaching. Timber, do the rewatch with everyone live. It's pretty awesome. Since I only got here recently and caught the second half of North Live, vibes are great. Hey, let's go, Timber. Vibes are great. Let's go. Atia with a tenor. My AP Euro teacher carried a golf club around and gave out communist soda bottles as jokes. Phenomenal. If you thought someone was being un-American, amazing. I got Stalinade because I'd never seen The Sound of Music. See? That... Oh my god, yes. Yes. That's teaching. That is teaching. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's great. John Fire, Staline's so bad, but it makes the joke novelty work so well. It's so great. It's so great. Sinclair's sleeping so hard she is dreaming right now. So, Joe Fire, the Cardinals this year give you similar vibes to the Lions year before when they were 9-8 and were fun and hungry. Yes, in some aspects, because again, the Cardinals have been my sleeper team this year to either be close to making a wild card berth or like getting one, because like they were a pain in the ass for a bunch of teams last year. And if Kyler Murray, there's a big if Kyler Murray is healthy and like that offense is able to click a bit, they still have some holes, but I think Jonathan Gannon definitely earned my respect. Especially because like we clowned on him pretty hard. Like it was the whole tampering thing was really embarrassing. Eagles fans were so happy Jonathan Gannon was gone. He was awkward, and it seemed like last year they weren't amazing by any stretch, right? They're still the 4th worst team, but they seemed chippy. So, beat the Eagles, yeah, and the Cowboys, So, Leo, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. You just keep on going. You gave that 9 years. You gave that puppy a good life, my friend. Gave that puppy a good life. That's the best that we can do, right? Oh, sorry, bud. Coach with 5 or AP US history used to make Sergeant Schultz references, and I was the only one who got it because my dad made me watch old Hogan's Heroes reruns. That's also phenomenal. That is also phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, this is what I told everyone. I became a history teacher because I loved history, right? I was interested in it, and I wanted to be a teacher more than I wanted to be a history teacher. But history, I'm not going to teach a boring subject because I don't want to do that. So it's up to me. I like history. They have no reason to. It's up to me to make sure that even if they don't love it afterwards, there's an interest, and most importantly, there's an understanding of it. That's it. That's why we need teachers like you, Tom, but they don't pay. You know, but Darwin's, that's a thing. They don't get me wrong. They don't. Unless you are working in very specific situations in a really, really, really good school district, and you also started like 15 years ago, yeah, you're usually not going to get paid a lot of money as a teacher. But that's known going into teaching. I don't know a single person in my life who has said, I'm getting into teaching because of the money. I know people who said, I'm getting into teaching for the time off, and they quit within 2 years. I know those people, but at the end of the day, like, you get into it because, like, you want to teach. That's it. You want to be a teacher because you wouldn't do a job where you get really, really little. And I'm not just talking about in terms of pay. There are very few times where you get, like, things go well or, like, you know, you get something back from it. But it's like teaching the students and, like, helping kids legit learn and be decent people. Like, that is so rewarding. And so you're like, yeah, this is why I do this job. It's something I wrestled with forever. Like, that's talked about in the interview. Like, that's there. Like, I wrestled with that fact about leaving teaching so much. I felt guilty about leaving teaching. I was like, I'm good at it. I enjoy it a lot. But, like, I was mentally just destroyed in 2021. Doing this full time to a point where, like, this was a full-time job. And I was kind of like that in 2019, but 2020 just ramped up so much. And then having a teaching situation that was so bad, which was the virtual one, and going in and not seeing the kids and all that stuff, that was just such watered down teaching. I was just like, this sucks. Personal stuff going poorly. This is like, I'm trying to just feed this just more and more. But yeah, at the end of the day, I was like, nope, like, I have to be a selfish person, like, and I have to do this for myself. I have to, because, like, it's going to kill me otherwise. So, yeah. Now I just jump through tables and go to different countries in 10 days. But yeah, I mean, it's not just the money. Like, it's a lot of other things that make teaching more difficult than it needs to be. So, and that's just gotten worse after COVID. Read it, fire. Entire second shift has been dissolved. Next week is the last week. Entire team has no morale. New job going to start at 4 a.m. But hey, Elden Ring DLC is out. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. I mean, the new job, yay? I'm sorry, buddy. That's rough. Linda, thanks for the 2 memberships. Appreciate you. Yeah, that's a selfishness, though. Like, that was the thing of, like, wow, I'm making a really selfish decision. Oh, yeah, I still talk to some of my former students. Yeah, absolutely. One of them actually came to the fan event in New York when we did it for 30 and 30. Yeah, it was awesome. It was dope. JJ Redick coach signing. Again, like, I'm not very tuned into that world, but everything I've heard is not great. Not great. Joe, do you think No Child Left Behind Act hurt schools? Let me tell you how education works. Okay? Let me tell you. So, yeah, the Department of Education, right? That is run by people who maybe have been in a classroom at some point. Maybe, you would hope, right? But most of the time are so far removed from the classroom and also don't experience the consequences of the classroom and are not there for the day-to-day and why things that they talk about occur in the classroom, even though they haven't witnessed these things in a classroom. And then they implement a whole bunch of policies and say, all right, here you go. Have fun. And so then that trickles down, and that is also going to change depending on the district, depending on the funding you have, depending on the admin that you have, depending on the individual teachers that you have. And so you're going to get a smorgasbord of things. And I think that ultimately, a lot of times that there are big education, like bills, acts, reforms, what have you, a lot of the times it is not made with actual teachers in mind who are in the trenches who are doing it. It's why a lot of admin, right? A lot of times, like, sometimes they don't go into the classroom, or again, they're so far removed from the classroom that when they're implementing policies that are just local policies, they don't have the teachers in mind who actually have to implement this stuff. So, yeah, it's a mess. And that's just like one part of it. So, yeah, it's not ideal. Not great. Jim, favorite history moment in college, 1945 to present. Each group was given a decade. My group was the 70s. All I had to do was play music. Also did research paper on David Koresh and Jim Jones. Wow, okay. Hey, as long as you learn stuff. As long as you learn stuff. That's it. That's it. Grading system's bad. Well, but then there's the system. But then that system changes depending on where you are. And then it also changes depending on the admin. And then it also changes if, like, do we really, like, we need this kid to graduate. So what do we do here? And grades are due in an hour. And admin's like, hey, what are we going to do? That's the fun stuff. Build fire. It's always the suits that cause the problems for those of us who actually do the work. Same in IT time. The stakeholders. Yeah. Like, and that's the thing. Like, we're not even talking about, like, that. But that's one issue, right? It's like, okay, here's a new initiative. So there's the school that I used to work at, the private school. There were, like, radical changes that would happen. We're like, oh, we're adopting this year. Oh, okay, cool. I know we're not going to even do this next year, but sure, let's be enthusiastic. Next year, it's something completely different. The next year after that, it's something completely different. Oh, schedule change. There's something completely different. So, again, this is not even, like, why teachers are leaving. That's just another potential issue that you deal with depending on where you're working. And again, and I think just about any teacher will agree, there's, like, I'd say like a good 2%. 2%. I would say that problem is probably increased now post-COVID, but 98% of the time it's not even the kids. It's not even the students. There's a 2%, whereas, again, maybe that number fluctuates depending on where you are, the situation, etc. But once you learn how to corral 19 to 35 teenagers, right? You're fine. Like, it's okay. Now, to originally corral them to do so is very difficult, and that's difficult itself because you're trying to teach a whole bunch of teenagers who do not want to be there why something 800 years ago is important. It's not an easy job. It's not. But again, it's not even the kids. So, I tell you what they tour. I forgot to mention golf club was named Leviathan. That's pretty dope. That's pretty badass. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Zach, my mom has to fight year in, year out for her stuff in her classroom. There almost 20 years. Go up here and her come home and vent about it wasn't fun. She teaches special ed. Yeah, that's a whole different ball game too. Oh yeah, because if you are a special ed teacher, again, you have your students, but you're also responsible for IEPs. You're responsible to make sure that that's being implemented. You're responsible for then corralling teachers together going, hey, yeah, I know you've taught for 45 years, but you're not differentiating instruction for my student, right? Like, that's a whole nother mess that you have to go through. So yeah, it's a big old mess, and it's on fire. But it's fine. Monkwood 20, are you watching The Boys? It's so good this season. I never tried in school, never did any work. All I had was an IEP. And with No Child Left Behind, it was impossible for me to fail out, and I knew it. Yeah, right? And it's finding that compromise between, hey, here are real-life consequences, but here are things that you could also grow from and also recover from, right? That's it. And yes, I have been watching The Boys this season. Yeah. No, I think it's good. Yeah, I'm a little worried because, like, I just don't want them to drag it out. And I know they talked about it, and then they're like, oh, never mind, it's just going to end with season 5. But, yeah. I'm a little afraid, like, this season's gonna kind of just not have a big finish. It's gonna kind of be like, oh, season 5 is when it'll all be done. Because, like, even the Butcher Homelander stuff, I was like, okay, at some point, like, something needs to happen there. But I am enjoying it. Kevin, thanks for $1.90. Janine and Coach, you show so many teachers are burning out and have trauma. We bury our feelings and say, I'm fine. You're right, that isn't the kids. Yeah. Oh, the Oilers scored 1-0. Woo! Woo! But yeah, I mean, so I'll be very honest with you. So during, in 2021, so I'm going to point to like a random month. So if I go the draft. Yeah, let's do the draft. So the first night of the 2021 NFL draft, right? At that point, So I have gone from September to April, literally getting 3 hours sleep a night, really not enjoying the teaching aspect, burnt out as hell. My divorce has been decided upon, right? So we decided that's it. So mentally, all-time low, right? And then I had to go to work, wake up, deal with all that stuff, stream, did the whole draft, everything like that, do the videos after, wake up at 2:30 and show up to work on Friday. And that was a busy part of my season. And there was a point, I think it was in late April or like early May, I walked in. Oh, no, you know what? It was actually earlier. It was when like there was issues that were going on. I walked into my classroom and it was before first period. There were no kids there. There were barely any kids there to begin with. And I closed my door and my mentor teacher was there too. And she had been there forever. She was fantastic. And she was sitting at the desk and I like sat at the student desk because like we didn't have two desks and I didn't care where I worked as long as like I had a classroom. And I sat down and I opened my laptop and I just started bawling, crying, like completely broke down crying because like she asked, she's like, "Are you okay?" And I like went to go like nod and do the like, yeah. And then just waterworks galore, just like fully cried like in front of this woman. And she was fantastic. She's awesome. Shout out Dr. Sandground. But that was like oh man, like I am broken. Like this is a problem. Like this is tough. So I had thought about it ever since that day. And even though I only had 2 more months of school, I was like, damn, like this is also what teachers do too. Like they got real stuff going on at home. Like sometimes tragic thing happen, what have you. And it's like, all right, I'm going to go into school now and try to teach 35 kids about government and civics. Like, yeah, that was damn, like that's also teaching, to Janine's point. So yeah, you gotta keep it together. And like, that's your job. Like, I get it. Like, that's not a, oh, boo-hoo, but like, that's the job too. So, Tucker, 20, love the rewatches, Tom. So fun to revisit the stories and hear your insight, passion. Knowing you're putting personal elements into it makes it even more impactful. Thank you for your hard work and courage to create even wonderful art. Hey, appreciate that. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Power play? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's turn this son of a gun on. I got cable back, so we're rocking. We're rocking. Favorite type of videos to make, skits, lives, etc. I really do like streaming a lot, but it's probably skits. Yeah, but I also, like, I want to be clear, like, I don't think the reaction videos are skits. I would classify them as something different, and that's not being like, no, they're higher. I mean, I'm talking about the skits where, like, there's, like, a legit script. It's not just, you know, off the cuff, that kind of stuff. So, all right, Florida power play. 1:14 to go, and 10:54 to go in the first. Ooh. It's gotta get crazy there. It's gotta be crazy there. That's dope. What are my thoughts on the New York State test? Which one? Just like the regions you're talking about? It's fine. It's fine. The test could always be better. I mean, it's standardized teaching, you know? It's standardized teaching. Meh. So it's again, working within that framework to still make it interesting and not just like, here's this. Oh. Do a show with Adam Rank. It's true. Check out Adam Rank. See how he's doing in the off season. We'll see. West Saga on Monday. Monday. Yeah, Gino, I'm pretty sure I'm all set with that. As long as my contact doesn't fall through. Well, hopefully. Tracy, we helping lots of people out here. Lots of people. So, that's it, right? Is there a ton of guilt and that's why? Because I left teaching? And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. We'll try to help with charity. Sure. But everyone benefits from that, so there's some good shame down there. Okay. We're rocking. Back to full strength. April Fools, where Gus and Carl come back to life and do something crazy. I've had the dream one, I think. That was for Thanksgiving a couple years ago. That's it. It's true, Amica. Wes is a dude. Wes Hodkowitz is that guy. Wes Hodkowitz is that dude. He saw I was struggling like 3 o'clock in the morning. And Wes is like, buddy, I got you. He came in like it was the Battle of Helm's Deep. And Gandalf is standing there on top. That was Wes Hodkowitz. Kelsey with a tour. 69-minute warning. Also, intro government lesson, please. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, it is minute 69. Nice. Joe, do you have any interest in the first French Revolution? Yeah, that was the constant joke my coworker would do. A kid would ask about the French Revolution, and he'd go, which one? Yeah, I have a whole lesson on the... did I teach French Rev on stream? Maybe I didn't. I just did imperialism. I thought I taught French Rev. I could be wrong. But I'd teach that up. Yeah, I have a whole AP lesson for it. I didn't? Okay. It's a good lesson. My French Rev lesson's pretty good. Very good. How to speak to an audience? It's practice. Well, that's a imperialism World War. Got it. It's practice. I mean, so much of this like also comes down to practice, right? Besides when things are like relying on like genetics and all that great stuff, I'm talking about like skills. That of course it helps when you start earlier as a kid and all that great stuff. Like while learning a new language, like you got to practice it like a crap ton. And it's just work. That's how I look at it. And it's to say, like, I was terrified about public speaking. I told this story. When I was in 7th grade, I was called up in music class to play the drums. I don't even think I was called up. I think I volunteered, which was even more dumb. And I sat there and I hit the drums. And there was like kids just sitting in a circle. And I like wanted to cry. Like I started tearing up. And I was just like, ooh, I feel like really uncomfortable like in front of all these people. And so it was like, is he crying? I'm like, no, I'm just sweating from the drums. You know, you just play it off. Super cool. But yeah, like that's how bad it was. Like super dry mouth, like sweaty palms, whole 9 yards. And now, yeah, like once you look at it, you know, a lot of people say like the crowds really, they don't care, right? Like they're either not there to see you unless you're like literally doing a show for them. It's like they're not there to see you. You do like a work presentation, whatever, or a school presentation. They're worried about their presentation. They're not really thinking about you. They're just, you know, they're in school. They're not paying attention. So it's like the comedy thing. It's just another day. It's just another day. Oh no, like this doesn't go well. And of course, like there's higher stakes and I'm generalizing a lot, but it's just in terms of like talking in front of people, it's just practice. And legit, what is the worst that's going to happen? You start getting nervous. You're like, I am so sorry. You're just like, I am terrible at public speaking. Immediately is going to diffuse the entire room. People are going to laugh, and now they're going to be more lenient, and you're going to be more comfortable. Done. That's it. That's it. Lean into it. Lean into it. So, that's it. Gene, you're so right about how much more being a sped teacher adds to it. By the way, I get to teach a class of essential SS to the ID students next year. Civics, here we come. Hey, let's go. Let's go. It's always nice when you also get to like just teach something new. And when you first start, you're just like, oh God, I have to teach this entirely different class. But like there is okay, cool, I get to teach something different. Like you know, you put different spins and twists on what you do every year, but yeah. I blacked out while briefing my CEO. There you go. That's fine. There'll be other CEO types, right? Have you seen Breaking Bad? Of course. Favorite season? Oh my God, 5 is so good, but might be 4. Might be. Maybe. I have not played Retro Bowl. I have not. I don't know. Yeah. The press after a boxing match. Yeah. I mean, it's a skill. That's all it is. So when I noticed this was a problem when I was teaching in high school. So I started public speaking club and it was like super fun. And I just played improv games. That was it. We just played improv games the entire time. And it got students comfortable standing in front of an audience of people and having to do something really difficult and have to do something of like try to be funny or try to make something up on the spot. So by the time that they got to reading speeches, and I was like making sure they were cutting out filler words like, you know, that's a common one. Once I did that, then it's just honing in the skill and, oh, I don't have to make these people laugh or anything like that, but I kind of want to entertain them a little bit because I want them to be listening and being engaged in what I'm saying. And so because of that, their skills got better. So how do you figure how to help kids that may fall behind with learning? That's part of teaching. That's it. I've always viewed it as your job. Yeah, and it's your job to exhaust all of your options with a student that's struggling, right? Have I given up my lunch? Have I given up after school time? Have I given up Can I give them differentiated instruction? So like I've given them materials that would help them do better. Have I contacted home? Have I contacted the guidance counselor or the advisor? Have I exhausted everything? Do I have a paper trail for everything as well that I exhausted all of these options? Because if that comes back around of like, okay, it's the fourth quarter and yeah, you're failing and you're not doing well. And mom goes, how come I didn't hear about this? And I go, you know, like that's teaching too. So you have to exhaust all your options. That's it. Got what they tour. Why does no one talk about Campbell's do a third and goal run? I mean, they do, but they get more leeway because I think they made the NFC Championship game. That's why. That's why. So, oh yeah, home life. That's part about it. Like that was part of COVID too. That a lot of teachers, like when students were virtual, like a lot of times they were watching younger siblings because those younger siblings were at home as well. And if they did not have the money for childcare or they didn't have the money for, you know, somebody to watch their kids during their day, their high school siblings were doing that. And so I had high school students who were actively babysitting their siblings, trying to make sure they're paying attention in their school while also sitting in my civics class. I mean, it's difficult to get them to pay attention when they're sitting in front of you. So, yeah, it's a time. It's a time. So, yeah, pandemic was a different beast. And every single teacher I knew, we sat there and we saw this and we were like, this is going to have ramifications that are going to be horrible for years. Because if you are a third grader and you leave school in March while you're a third grader and you don't come back to school until you're a fifth grader, or let's start going into like really formative years and let's start going into adolescence that they leave seventh grade and then they come back as freshmen in high school. And there's a big and the skills, their thoughts about what school is completely different now. And now they have to go back to this traditional way. Why would they ever want to do that when they got to stay home? They got to be home. They had to commute. They could do whatever they wanted. And especially early on in the pandemic, really could do whatever the heck they wanted. So yeah, just a nightmare that you're going to see for like years and years and years. You're going to see, I mean, look at literacy rates right now. Like they're awful. They're horrible. And that's just like so many reasons that it makes it difficult to be teaching right now. So yeah, all I do is teach students to deal with disabilities. My job would be so much easier. Yeah, exactly. Left high school during my junior year and never really went back. Yeah. It's nuts. Because like, right, if you leave, like that's so you leave during your junior and you don't go back. Or maybe you leave during your sophomore year and you come back a senior and you're like, oh, well, I only got one more year left of this. Okay. You know? Yeah. And like, again, and some students did it and like and they did the best they could. And I think I think a lot of teachers did the best they could during that time. Because that sucked. That sucked, man. Because, like, again, use cell phones, you had home life, you could deal with a lot of things, but usually they're in front of you for, like, at least 45 minutes, right? And you get a lot done in 45 minutes. It's tough, but you get a lot done in 45 minutes. But not even having that consistency, oof. Yeah, not much college prep. Nope. So, it's wild. Oh, yeah, some schools not requiring a teacher's license. Oh, yeah. Which is great. Like, it's so funny because I feel like for a lot of I've always felt this way, with a lot of my education classes in college, I love the school that I went to. I feel there were very few classes that I, like, took a ton away from of like, oh, this is gonna make me a better teacher. There were certain classes that were really good. Like like differentiating instruction. Like I took it, I think when I was a sophomore, and that introduced me to a level of teaching. I was like, oh, like as just a student, I didn't really even like think about, wow, my teachers are doing this too. And that was a class, I had a really great teacher for that too. Cause like he was a high school special ed teacher like forever, which was great. And then when I did, like, just learning from him, just talking to him about how he handled different things and like how much he differentiated, like that was a really, really great class that I took a lot away from. but you just learn by being thrown to the wolves. I think like what a lot of the teaching courses are good for too is weeding out people that thought this would be easy. And what I mean by that is like people who just like, oh yeah, I guess I'll become a teacher. They're either really bad teachers a lot of times or they do not last as teachers. Cause like it is not a job that you go, yeah, I could just like half-ass and show up to work and like roll out the old VCR and put on a... No. Those days are long gone. Those days are long gone. So, yeah. Where is Coach? We watched season 3 yesterday. We're going to continue next week. So if I can steal a player from the NFC North, who would it be? Yeah, I'll steal Justin Jefferson. I mean, I'll take another receiver. Why not? Yeah. But it's fun stuff. It's fun stuff. On Edmonton's on a power play right now. They got a minute 20 left to go in there. All right, under 4 minutes to go in the first. Tom, how did it feel stepping on the grass of Azteca Stadium? Legitimately, like, tears. Standing, like, in the goal and just, like, looking up and being on a pitch that is, like, insanely historic, but just to, like, get that view of, like, holy crap, like, this is them playing at, like, the highest level, right? This is where they stand. And it's like, damn. It's pretty crazy. It's really, really crazy. So, no, that was a very once-in-a-lifetime, never, ever going to forget core memory that I made down in Mexico City. That was really cool. That was really, really cool. So, self-contained elementary autism in the city during COVID. Went to kids' houses to help parents deal with remote learning. Yeah. And that would, I remember, like, because Jade was teaching, like, virtual elementary school, and she's like, if I can get through like this, it's a good week. Like that was crazy. It was nuts. So some guy's dad came in and gave us a political lecture during Zoom year. Yeah, just normal things. Just normal things. That's it. Hardest teacher related class you had to take in college? It's probably one of the adolescent psychology. Just because it was really dry. It was really dry. It wasn't taught in a very interesting way. Yeah, it was pretty boring. So when I taught psych, I made sure it was not boring. It was a general, like, 101 class. But, yeah, adolescent psych was pretty boring. I was like, okay. Yeah. Like, I found a lot of, like, the teaching classes to be common sense a lot of the times. Like, it's just like, yeah, okay. If the question is... right, okay, you have a student that's struggling, right? What are your options? And A is continue with the rest of the class, like without that student. B, differentiate instruction to help that student. Or C, throw a chair at them. You know what I mean? Like it's not that simplified, but it is like, yeah, you're gonna help the student. Like, come on now. So, how are your students? For the most part, my students are great. There's really, really few students that I was like, all right, like that kid sucked. And even if like that kid was the worst and I was like, oh, this kid like just is awful, like just like literally brings the whole class like just into chaos. It's not good. Nope. You teach that kid the exact same way you teach every other kid. That's it. That's what teaching is. Because, like, again, then you're not doing your job. Then you're not being a professional. Give it a fire. For a bit, I majored in secondary 612 English media. Eventually realized I didn't have the patience. Probably the best education decision I made. Yeah? Oh, God, patience? Like, I guarantee you, if you look up any video, right, and it's like a teacher just punching a kid in the face, right? Just socking them or, like, throwing a chair or what have you, you're going to see... 3 things. 1, someone's be like, oh my God, I can't believe the teacher did that. They need to be fired, blah, 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 blah. That's 1, right? Usually not even the loudest. Then there's 2, there's the teachers going, yeah, this is awful, but I get it. Like, I get it. And then you have the students who go, yeah, I get it too. So, like, there is, like, this, because you're in the classroom. Like, you're there, right? Don't punch children. Drop kick middle schoolers. that's legal. That's totally fine. But yeah, because you're just like, yeah, it's sometimes it's a hellscape. It's great when you have like controlled chaos within the hellscape. But yeah, that you're trying to corral 30 students in a room that usually does not have air conditioning and go, all right, kids, let's learn about history. It's difficult. Xenon Fire, 1 year ago today, got the honor of meeting you with 30 and 30 in Dallas. Sadly, my custom jersey didn't come in until the day after with your name. Damn it! Next time, Xeno. Next time. Let's go. Next time. No, middle schoolers, drop kicked. Middle schoolers, yeah, exactly. Arpin, I now have all that stuff upstairs too. I have all of that. Yeah, drop kicking middle schoolers is in the Constitution. It's true. And if it's not in at least their state constitution, then I don't want to live there. I don't want to live there. I'm reporting you for saying that. Good. Middle schoolers should get drop kicked. And if you've ever been a middle school teacher or have given birth to a middle schooler, come on now. You agree. Cody, appreciate you. But yeah, come on now. They're awful. Defenestration. Right out. Middle school teacher can confirm. It is tempting. You don't actually drop kick them, but do you think about it? Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's when also teaching gets fun. Because same thing with stand-up comedy. Once you get to a point where like you are not nervous anymore, and you're just like, oh, I'm like confident in my ability. Like, I'm just going to try to be the best teacher I can. Right? Kevin, thanks for the membership. Appreciate you. Teaching becomes easier because you're not afraid of failure. Do you know how many things go wrong in a 45-minute lesson? Like, tech doesn't work. The power goes out. Some kid is sick. A bee flies into the window. There's a fire drill in the middle of it. Literally anything and everything will happen. There are very few, wow, this was a perfect lesson that went exactly the way I wanted it to. And sometimes it goes exactly the way you want it to, and then it sucks. So that's just, you get good at it. I'm just like, all right. And then that's when you could destroy the children in other ways, right? They get snippy, right back at them. Right back at them. That's it. Destroy them. Cody, thanks for my membership. Appreciate it. Nathan, thanks for my membership. Thank you, and thank you. We get members. Are teachers aware of fire drills? Most of the time, no. In my experience, unless it's literally a planned one, which then like everybody knows about it. But the majority of fire drills I've heard is I'm grabbing lunch from the faculty room and someone goes, apparently there's gonna be a fire drill 7th period. And that's how it starts. And then I go, I'm like, have you heard there's gonna be a fire drill 7th period? No, I didn't hear that. Who'd you hear that from? I heard it from this person. And then maybe there'll be a fire drill 7th period. 850 at Tour Oilers in 7 if they win tonight. Would you rather Detroit, Chicago, or Minnesota win the next 3 Super Bowls or teach your semester of middle school? If it's not during the season, I would do summer school of middle school. Absolutely. Because now I'm going into it, I don't have to do it well. So it's going to be great. We're just going to, that's fine. We will bring order to the middle schoolers. We'll do it. Oh yeah, tornado warnings. That too. Lockdown drills. Those happen too. Yeah. All that. Arpin, probably not. Yeah, the many false fire alarms. Oh yeah, all the time. Oh yeah, then like there's times in school like where the kids are just pulling them. Like it's like near summer and they're just like, I don't want to be here anymore. That happens. Bomb scares. T-Circle. Thoughts on Celtics winning the NBA championship? Are you happy for Drew? I am incredibly happy for Drew Holiday. And that is it. The Celtics. Lucky the Bucks were hurt. How do you deal with the threats? Hope I don't die today. I kid, but yeah. that's a whole other part too. That's a whole different part. We can get into safety, but that's a different beast. All right, uno más. Trust me, I know, Kelly. I know. I'm not happy about it. Always love Drew. I am watching the Stanley Cup right now. I am. A few bomb threats, yeah. Carter, I'm the backup QB for my high school team. Hell yeah. Congrats. That's amazing. Keep working, baby. Keep working. That's it. That's dope. You got that far, though. That's pretty good. Did you teach public and private? I did both. Both. I did private for 4 years, and then I did the last 2 years public. It's an Oktoberfest that I thought would have gone bad, but it didn't. It's pretty good. It's the last of the new Glarus that I have. Yeah, they're pretty good. So, pretty good. Senior of high school, one of the freshmen pulled the fire alarm trying to be funny, and the fire captain in the town ripped him a new one. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Oh, they are pissed when they have to come out. The firefighters are pissed. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, no. See, and by the way, when I'm saying safety, like, again, I'm not even necessarily meaning the students. There's some... Yep. Yeah, it was both, though. It was both. Yeah, I taught private school and public school as well. So, being at school during our tornado watch, there was... I'm going to take him back to the vet and just make sure for medicine I called them today. When I was supposed to stream, it was Thursday Night Football. It was the Seahawks versus the Packers. It was the first time I was going to stream a full game on Twitch. It started to snow at 1 o'clock. We got out at like 2, and the snow was getting bad during that last period. And I was like, this is sticking to the road. Like, this is not going to be fun, right? So they're like, no, it's fine. We're not leaving early. We're not leaving early, blah, blah. So long story short, it took me from 2 o'clock. I left the parking lot. As soon as I made the left... Oh, by the way, as soon as I hit the parking lot, my tires started to slide. Already great. When the light turns green, I go to make a left, and my car slides. I literally cannot even control it. It just completely fishtails, and I'm going 5 miles an hour. Completely fishtails. The back right tire hits the curb, immediately goes into a flat tire. So I have to pull into a preschool. The snow is getting worse. I have just a hand crank jack, and it is freezing cold to the point where I can't keep my hand on the metal that long. And it took me like an hour and a half to do that tire in something that would take me 5 minutes because of how cold it was, the wind, the snow. I finally got the spare on. I finally get back on the road. It's a complete standstill on the highway. I don't get home until I think it's halfway through the third quarter of Thursday Night Football. So it's like 10 o'clock. Yeah, I know teachers who had to pee in water bottles, got stranded overnight. Jade, I think it took like 12 hours for her to get home. Yeah, it's super fun. Super duper fun. Okay, Jen, Fire, what are some Civil War history books you like? Need to read more books. I think I'm getting stupid with words. I don't... Civil, again, so I taught a lot of Euro. I taught a lot of Euro and Global. So I don't know off the top of my head which Civil War book to recommend. I apologize. Dominic, JW, where's Tom's royalty check? Some of the Y at 6 looks like they're influenced by anger. That's it. Kevin to 6-0. Seriously, LMAO, if the Panthers choke this, oh, it would be bad. It would be bad. Samuel with a fiver. We're your top 10 worst special teams errors in NFL history. My list would trigger Packers, Vikings, Panthers, and 49ers fans. Bills have to be on there. I mean, wide right. Definitely has to be on there. Oh, yeah, you could do the punting would be pretty bad. I mean, the Giants, probably with Deshaun Jackson, that return is pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty horrible. Yeah, I mean, you even have the butt punt. You got that too. That'd be a fun list to make, the entirety. Max, what's your? Hi, how you doing? Mason, 5 thoughts on the Hall of Fame game. Just heard people say they should do away with it in the future. Yeah, it's just there for tradition. Everyone gets really excited because they're like, oh, it's real football. And then it's not. And they're like, I'm good. So that's whatever. Got Killer Tour. Do you listen to AJR? I used to, when they first came out, I listened to their stuff. I haven't listened to them in a while, though. It's nothing personal. Just don't listen to them anymore. Oh, yeah, Double Doinks. The Bears got to be on there. Double Doink. Come on now. So anytime you feared for your safety. When I was a teacher, there's twice when we were at the when I was at the school that was like not really a school. I was on the second floor of a tax office and there was no security. Yeah, we had people like complete strangers walking down the halls. Yeah, that wasn't fun. That was problematic because kids brought in knives and stuff, but I really wasn't never really worried about that. Yeah, because when I did student teaching in my second placement, it was for 7th grade middle school. There was a prison literally like attached to like the upper level of the school. And so like, yeah, like there would be students that like brought knives in and stuff like that too. And it was fine. It is what it is. That never really bothered me. But yeah, then there was a few students where I was like, ooh, okay, like something could happen. Like there's something off. You know, and then you like make sure that there's like no violent episodes. Like there's been some really angry students, but I never really had to deal with any of that. Because my classroom was not really like, we worked, but like there really wasn't a point that anyone could get as angry to like really lash out. So I was never really worried about that. The vibes were always pretty good in the class. So yeah, just times. Nathan, thanks for 5 memberships. Appreciate you. Go to the fire. Cheers, Tom. Glad to see you enjoying your summer and working hard as always. I enjoy a beer as I enjoy a Breck beer with you. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Do I still have Timmy's drawing? Bro, it's Kitty Goes Meow. I'm never getting rid of Kitty Goes Meow. Somewhere up there it is. Always. It's gonna get framed. We gotta frame Kitty Goes Meow at some point. Yeah, I haven't had the gun. No, I've had bomb threats. Knives, yeah, but I don't think I have a gun. I don't think anyone's brought in a gun. So yeah, definitely not here. I don't think there was. No, we don't have a gun. So I'll frame it. Definitely. Oh yeah, Carter. It was a nightmare. Complete total nightmare. So yeah, fun times. Is Tom describing my high school? It wasn't a high school. It was middle school. I don't think the high school was attached to it. I don't think so. Have I ever been in a fight in life? Yes, I have. Yeah. Both scheduled and non-scheduled. Yeah, I call that scheduled. Yeah, I call it scheduled. Yeah. Breaking Bad top 5 show I've ever seen. Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, it'd be top 5. Did I win? So here's what I mean by scheduled and not scheduled. So I think I've talked about this one. The scheduled one was when I was in high school, there was a kid who was a year younger than I was who had a WWE spinner belt, the one that I have now. It wasn't his, but the same thing. And those cost like $300 something. Like those were really, really expensive. It was like $360, I think, at the time. And so he would bring it into school and like show it off. And the group of friends that he was with was like, there was a group adjacent and they had a wrestling, I don't even know what to call it. I'm going to call it club, but it's not a club. And they were like, oh, yeah, there were 400 now. That does not surprise me. And they like wrestled for the belt. And I was like, oh, okay. That's pretty cool. So I like went up to him. I was like, okay, so like, how does it work? And he's like, you just challenge for the belt. And I go, okay. So like, can I just challenge you for the belt? And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay. So I am watching wrestling, right? And like, I know what wrestling is. So I was like, okay, like, I don't know what this is going to look like, right? So legit, we meet up after school and he goes, all right, this is going to be a street fight. And I was like, okay. Like, because again, I'm assuming like we're gonna hit each other, but it's gonna be like, we're not gonna hit each other because we're like, just wrestling, like, whatever. And he goes, ding, ding, ding. And he punches me in the side of the head. Like, literally, like, I'm just like, I'm ready to grapple with him. And he just punches me in the temple as hard as he can. And I literally just go, what the fuck, man? And he goes and like starts punching, and like I'm blocking. I'm like, no, I go, I'm done. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not fighting you. I'm like, you're my friend. I'm not punching you in the face. So I lost that. One. And I was a big boy. I did not cry, but that hurt getting punched in the head. I'm not gonna lie. That definitely hurt. And then the second one, it was not a wrestling. It was not a wrestling match. It was college, and there was a person who was drinking way too much and was being like really inappropriate with some like women that were in our group that were my friends, and that was just a chokehold. So like, I don't know if you count that as like a fight, and then it was like, okay, like you need to stop, and then it stopped. So that was that. I don't know if that counts as a fight though, but it wasn't scheduled, and there was no belt, unfortunately. Well, what's there? Tom, I'm a writer, and I take great pride in, how do you feel? Oh, in that. How do you feel about AI writing programs that create an essay for a student in 15 seconds? I literally just talked about this and was like, I am so happy I don't have to teach with this. Like, Turnitin.com was in itself. That didn't even work 90% of the time. AI stuff now? Like, bro, come on now. So, yeah, I'm very glad that I don't teach during that because it's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. Jasper at 20, sad because I'm leaving for South Africa the same day Commanders training camp starts. As a Seahawks fan, it's extra sad because Bobby Wagner's on his Commanders. Oh, I want to sign my jersey. Jasper, you could reach out to them and see, like, or try to get his attention on, like, Twitter or something and see if, like, maybe you can make that happen. Got some time. I mean, Commanders probably looking for some good PR right now. So, but yeah, so Grossi hit him with the tombstone. He punched me in the freaking side of the head, bro. He punched me in the side of the head. I was like, what the hell, man? And I did not say hell. I did not say hell. Who's winning the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight? Me, because I'm not watching it. I could not care less. It's just, it's weird. Yeah. I also have never really been into boxing, so that's me too. You have any stress for season 6? Yeah, I mean, there's always a level of stress. I haven't started on, like, the real process yet, so I'm not allowing myself to get stressed. I said a bad word. I know. But yeah, I'll be stressed when it's happening. That's it. Hey, people can't hit as hard as my siblings. Oh, if you've been in, like, if you have siblings, I mean, you know how to fight in at least some capacity that way. So, you know. Yeah, that's it. Mattia, what'd you send? I didn't get a chance to go this week, so it could be there. Yeah, because I just had 2 things last week, and one was from Rachel. And Mattia, I don't think it was from you. Let me double check. This one isn't. Hold on 1 second. Triple check. Yeah, no, this is just reuse. Yes, this is reuse old one that I was confused because the shirt's not in there. Yeah, no, that was it. So I did not get one yet. I'm going to try to go next week. So, yeah. So violent, papers. So violent. If you haven't talked to your sibling, you aren't siblings, that's also accurate. That is 100% accurate. It's true. I remember biting my brother when I was 5. It left a mark. Oh, yeah. I just be sibling things. That's it. This is a Oktoberfest, actually, from New Glarus that I've never had before. Except I tried it one random night, and I was like, oh, because he had got these when he brought over the other New Glarus. So, yeah, it's actually pretty solid. It's pretty good. Have I met Patrick Mahomes? I have not. Right, about pain tolerance. It's true. Sam with a fire. Favorite songs is the most confusing set of lyrics. If there are several, which stands out? Ooh. Chester with Fire Kendrick should be charged with defiling a grave. Bro, that was... Oof. Buried. Buried. Alright, confusing set of lyrics of a song I like. I mean, here's the problem. Is Dexter worth a watch? Only watch the first 4 seasons. You're gonna really want to watch afterwards, but don't. There's a lot of Breaking Benjamin songs that are like, I love Breaking Benjamin, but there are a lot of Breaking Benjamin songs that just like the lyrics are things that rhyme. Like it's not great. It's not great, but I love their music. Nathan Fire Sub every time drops an F-bomb like a Seahawks touchdown, sue me. Don't actually, but don't. Now you elbow in the gut. That's it. Yeah, I'll try to find my place in the diary of Jane. I'm like, it's a really long way to say that lyric. I get it. And again, it makes sense, but like, what are we doing? What are we doing out here? So, you know? Went to a wrestling show. They canceled because of the rain coming down. Oh, inside a cage match. Yeah, I know. Can't do that. Can't do that. Nay. Like the smell of gas. There we go. That's what we really wanted to bring back tonight. I like the smell of gas. That's it. Oilers. Oh, man. The Oilers just scored again. It's 2-0. Woo! Actually, it's our first and our favorite console. First was a PlayStation, an original PlayStation. Actually, that's a lie. I think I had a Sega first. I had a Sega Genesis first. And then favorite, I did love my PlayStation. I had an N64 at some point. I got them much later, but yeah, I would say the most I got the mileage out of is my OG PlayStation, but my PS2, because I had that like my teenage years. PS2 was just so good. 850 with a tour. I taught high school social studies. So Psych, Global 9, Global 10, Honors 9, AP Euro, Civics, Psychology, and Econ. But yeah. Wait, did they just score again? Oh, Florida just scored. Oh, damn. It's 2-1, baby. Let's go. Woo! Ice Kitty's going. Yeah, what the heck happened? That was very, very quick. Oh, man. Damn. All right, Ice Kitty's meowing. Hey, mate, we got a game. PS2 is legit one of the best systems. One of the best game libraries. Oh, so good. So good. How far am I in Ghost? Story-wise, I'm still on the first area, but I'm like trying to do a ton of side missions because I just want to get better and get like more like techniques and things like that. I'm really enjoying the game. The Scriptwriter Saga. We'll try. Oh, they're reviewing it. Backer! Will be the finishing moves from each clickbait member. Ooh. 5 would be an armbar, just because he did jujitsu, right? Tree, I feel like a clothesline from hell would be there. Like waving a towel and then you just like clothesline you. Scooter, I feel like he would like what Cesaro does, or Claudio, throws him up and like does the like uppercut, because that would be like the Cowboy season. They're up and up and up, and then reality hits them. So I think that Scooter wants to get like pretty meta with that. Perna. Perna's interesting. Perna, I feel like, is Rolling Thunder. Does the somersault, jumps up, squash. That's good. He's tight, compact, can just whoop, small enough to do it. For me, super kick, and I cannot kick that high. Z, been a hot minute, Tom. Congrats on a charity milestone. I've been casually getting stalked by mountain lions while doing field work. Sounds like a great time, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Kilometers! Tom, hope you've been doing well. You recovered well from your time around the world. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. This weekend, I think I'll be good. We'll rock. We'll rock. Oh, that's yeah, there you go. Part would be the worm. Mm-hmm. It's a pretzel move. All right, still an Edmonton challenge here. Looking at that. Looks, talking about offsides here. Ooh. Favorite Madden cover athlete? I don't know. Peyton Hillis, probably, That's it. My intestines are fully healed. Yes, thankfully. That is good. That is nice. That has been nice. No lasting side effects. We're good. It's no goal. It's offsides. Oh, no. Oh, Breath by Breaking Benjamin. Great song. Amazing song. Like, legit. So great. Okay. I see nothing in your eyes, and the more I see, the less I like. Is it over yet in my head? Okay. Yeah, you get that right. I know nothing of your kind, and I won't reveal your evil mind. Is it over yet? I can't win. All right, we're getting a little more. So sacrifice yourself and let me have what's left. I know that I can find the fire in your eyes. I'm going all the way. Get away, please. Again, I'm butchering it. It's an amazing song. It's one of my favorite songs of theirs. Yeah. But it's good, though. It's good. Yeah. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, I can't wait for Packers training camp. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. My favorite weeks of the year. Is this a coach script? It's not. It's not. Oh, man. It's getting feisty. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, this is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Damn. Hockey's great, man. Hockey is so much fun. It's so much fun. So, let's go. That's pretty cool, MJ. There we go. Have I ever sharded? Yes. Yes. One time I did. I mean, like, I was a baby and stuff, obviously. I mean, no, I never pooped my diaper. Yes. There was a time when I was so brokenhearted. I was old enough to know. I was 16 years old. Oh, I thought that was a goal. I was 16 years old. Watch the counter, watch the counter, watch the counter. Oh, nope. Anyway, I was 16 years old. I had just gotten my driver's permit. And I had worked 9:30 to 5 at the local library, which that was my teenage job. Besides that in CVS when I was in high school. So I'm literally walking out the door and I have to fart. And I was like, all right, it's one last goodbye to work. I'm going to fart. It was not. It was not a fart. And I realized very quickly it wasn't a fart. And my father picked me up in his Toyota Sienna and goes, I go to get in the passenger seat, and he goes, no, you just got your permit. Why don't you drive home? I have crapped my pants. Right? And it was a so it wasn't like a ton, but it was enough. There was poop in my pants. And so I said, no, I'm pretty tired. I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna drive home. So it was on the right side, the right cheek. So I literally sat with my left cheek on the seat, my right cheek off. So I was sitting weird the whole ride home. My father's like, you okay? I was like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna take a shower when I get home. He's like, okay. Just throw on the boiler. I got home. I threw on the boiler. I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a shower. I walked in. I threw my jeans into the shower. And I just scrubbed my jeans and I cleaned everything. My underwear, they got scrubbed as well. So the time they got into that laundry, no one knew. And that was the first and only time that I had sharded. Modifier. Tom, I think you had neurovirus, not just food poisoning. I had it. It was 4 days of hell with no appetite and many toilet runs. Maybe that's what it was. Great. Even better. Even better. Appreciate you, Dumpy. Thank you. I took a dumpy right in the pants. It's true. Thanks for being vulnerable. Guys, like, I pooped my pants when I was 16 years old. Like, all right. Oh no. Yeah. And I was like, I'm so ashamed. And I cleaned and I scrubbed the shame out. Scrub the shame out. How does this affect the coach lore? That's the real question. Hey, everyone, been there, done that. I texted that to Perna. When someone asked that, it's like, sure. And Perna's like, I did it like 2 weeks ago. This was like last year or something. So that's it. That's it. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Yeah, add to the finale. It just ends with, and just a stop. It happens. It happens. All right, 4-on-4 hockey right now. Ooh, 16:55 to go in the second. Edmonton up 2-0. 12-3 shots on goal. Ooh. Ready with a fiver? Here I sit brokenhearted. Gave him shit but only farted. Later on, I took my pants, trusted a fart, but shit my pants. It's true. It's true. Final sound of coach is a poop. And you flash into the East Saga where Springsteen is pooping in Gus's closet, and it turns out to just be a poop fever dream. And that's it. That's how the whole thing ends. Jersey with fire. Probably one of the few East Coast Raiders fans here, but let's see Tom do the NFL scripted Raiders edition so I can stay angry. It will fuel me. I mean, there'll be plenty of scripted coming this season. I took a Frederick. It just works. It just works. So, well, oh yeah, I definitely could. We'll see. I mean, just gonna kind of see like what this season is and how this offseason goes. But I know I saw that the Oilers almost got it again. It's nuts. It'll be a fun game. Exactly. I just excused myself to the bathroom. It's true. Again, it ends any conflict. Excuse me, I gotta go to the bathroom. You saw it in the East Saga work. You saw it. It was very tense. Oh man, what's gonna happen? Okay, use your bathroom. Breaks. That's it. You're in a tough job negotiation. Can I use the bathroom? What are they gonna say? No? Then you're the person that didn't let somebody go to the bathroom. That could be that person. It's everything. Foolproof. Exactly. Yeah, Coach. Works in Coach too. Any show similar to Breaking Bad you'd recommend? Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul, very good. The Leftovers, really great for character development. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I have to think about that afterwards. Think about that. Yeah, Lost Nuclear Bomb Codes. Gotta go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. And guess what? Now, they're on your time. You know, you could stay in there probably like, depending on the situation, maybe like 8 to 10 minutes, right? Then you might get everything okay in there? Oh yeah, I'm really not feeling good. It probably buys you like 10 minutes. Public speaking. Just use the bathroom real quick. That's it. All right, now you're on your time. You're waiting there for hours. What are they gonna do? Break down the door? Then it's like, bro, go in the bathroom. Come on now. Zoom interview or a meeting. You could take it from the bathroom if you want to. Just gotta go to the bathroom. Neo to 10. San Jose fan. I'm conflicted on the Panthers blowing this 3-0 lead. On the one hand, the 2014 Sharks are off the hook. On the other other Oilers fans get more obnoxious. That is the question. That is the question. How'd that work if you're a hostage? Can I go to the bathroom? And if they say no, then you go, okay. Oh, and if you're in their car, if I ever get kidnapped, I'm pooping all over your seats. Oh, there is no shot. Even if I don't even have to go, and I can hold it for hours. Nope. I'm going. I'm not going to make this fun. Definitely not. I'm pooping if I get kidnapped. No shot. No shot. And you just go. Like, all right. None of us are going to have a good time right now. None of us. None of us at all. So, that's it. That's it. I have to use the bathroom. You don't. It's true. True. Chamas did know. Chamas did. When they say you don't, then they've gotten you beat. Then, sorry. Then you have to go through whatever it is. That's it. That's it. So, Coach, season 3 would be a lot different, right? Tome is like, oh, ambition. Can I use the bathroom? What? I need to use the bathroom. No. Oh, okay. Okay. It's gonna get uncomfortable. I'm just saying. Every lead up to a coach season, I want to ask a million questions about what's gonna happen, but I want to be as surprised as possible for as much as possible. Come on now. Come on now. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. That's it. I'll have to draw that. That's it. Folks, I appreciate the hell of you. I'll be back on Monday. We're gonna stream for at least 5.5 hours when we do the West Saga. So Laura, gonna try to get a reaction video out on Monday as well. River Tour. Pro tip: cover your fists and poop for poison damage. It's true. It's true. It's true. Appreciate the hell out of you, folks. Gonna go get some good R&R. I'll see you on Monday. We'll be ready. Thank you so much for watching, folks. Have a great weekend. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack, go. It's also hot down here. The AC might have to come out. There is